Have you ever wondered why God sets up so many rules? Are they just to restrict us, or is there a bigger, more powerful reason? Let's dive in to the final words of Joshua, a leader who saw God do the impossible. His farewell speech wasn't just a goodbye, it was a blueprint for victory that still applies to us today. He reveals a powerful truth. God establishes clear boundaries, not to limit us, but to protect us and empower us. Think of it like a fortress. A strong wall doesn't imprison the people inside. It keeps danger out. Joshua's message was simple: stay faithful to God's instructions. Don't mix with the surrounding cultures and their beliefs, and you will live in safety and strength. He echoes the command God gave him at the very beginning: be strong. Do all that is written. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left. Israel's incredible victories were never about their military might. They were supernatural. Their success was directly tied to their loyalty to God. When they obeyed, they were a channel for God's unstoppable power. The principle is timeless. Our faithfulness activates divine power. When we honor God's boundaries in our lives, morally, spiritually, and relationally, we are strengthening that wall of divine protection around us. But what happens when those walls start to crumble? Joshua gave a chilling warning. He said that if Israel started making alliances and intermarrying with those who didn't follow God, those very relationships would become a snare, a trap, and thorns in your eyes, leading to their complete ruin. This wasn't about being exclusive. It was about spiritual survival, and his prophecy came true. The book of Judges shows us the tragic result, because Israel refused to maintain their spiritual separation. God said, "I will no longer drive out your enemies." The very people they were supposed to overcome became a constant source of trouble, and their idols became a spiritual trap. This is why the Apostle Paul later wrote, "Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers." Compromise always leads to spiritual decline. It's like mixing a little bit of poison with pure water. The whole supply becomes contaminated. The life of King Solomon is a perfect, heartbreaking example of this. He started with incredible wisdom, wealth, and God's favor. The nation was at its peak, but it all started to unravel with one seemingly small compromise: his marriage to Pharaoh's daughter, a political alliance. This single act began to break down the spiritual barriers God had put in place. Soon, Solomon had hundreds of foreign wives who turned his heart away from God toward their idols. His story is a stark warning that even the wisest and most blessed can fall when they begin to compromise. A small crack in the wall can lead to a total collapse. So, how does this apply to us? It brings us to one of the most amazing promises in the Bible. Joshua told the people, "One of you shall put 1,000 to flight, for the Lord your God fights for you." Think about that ratio. 1 against 1,000. It's mathematically impossible unless there's a greater power at play. This reveals a divine secret. Our faithfulness invites God to fight our battles. The victory is always disproportionate because the power is divine, not human. It's not about our numbers or our strengths. It's about our loyalty. When God is on our side, we are the majority, even if we're standing all alone. This ancient message from Joshua is screaming to us today. In these last days, we are called to be a people prepared to meet our God. This requires clear boundaries. First, doctrinal boundaries. We can't mix the pure truth of God's word with popular opinions or worldly philosophies. Second, moral boundaries. Purity isn't just a suggestion, it's a requirement for those who want to stand with God. And third, fellowship boundaries. We have to be intentional about our relationships, choosing connections that build our faith, not tear it down. The principle has never changed. Separation from the world preserves our spiritual identity. Faithfulness to God preserves His power in our lives. And obedience to His commands preserves our victory. Let's choose to build our walls strong, not to keep blessings out, but to live fully in the safety and power of our amazing God. Thanks for watching, and I pray this blesses you. Follow for more content like this.